If you have a situation like this where you have something tricky or you're looking to change something and you have a feeling, oh, maybe this is going to require a migration, or maybe this is going to require moving around some data in a kind of special way, and it's maybe going to get a little bit complex. I would like to convert a user email to a group. How would I do this for a current office email that has existing emails and we would like to keep, and be able to have the users in the shared email be able to look up the current archived emails? Well, that's a great question. If you're looking to create a group, I'm a bit curious what they actually mean by group, because there's a couple of different things here. You're asking in the second half of the question to allow people to access a shared email and to be able to look up current archived emails. And so if you want people to be able to look up archived emails and access a shared email repository of all of those emails, well, then you need to actually retain that bucket of emails somewhere. And so what that's probably going to look like is you continuing to have all of your emails in one place. So this person has one bucket of email, and let's say maybe it's called sales at their company. And you've got a whole bunch of email blobs kind of sitting in there right now. And let's say you've got your other users in the company. So you've got John and you've got Bob. And maybe right now, John and Bob are accessing that mailbox because they know the password. That's what most people do. They just share the password to that sales mailbox and they will just all access the sales mailbox. Now, what the questioner here is actually asking is, okay, I want to have these existing emails kept. All right, that's fair enough. And I want to be able to have the users of the shared email look up the current archived emails. Well, that's pretty straightforward. To do that, all you really need to do is you need to what's called delegate. You delegate this account back up to John and back up to Bob. And what delegation means is that you can access this account without having to know the password. And you can look up other emails. If you search for delegate on the channel, it'll show you other videos with how to delegate a mailbox. Basically, you need to log into the sales mailbox and go to your settings and then share access to the sales mailbox back to John and back to Bob. And that's going to allow you to see those emails that exist within the sales mailbox from John and from Bob. But it is going to open up in a new tab. And I'll show you what it looks like to access a delegated mailbox, because delegated mailboxes are very useful when you need to access another mailbox inside your company, but you don't want to have to share the password. So I click on my picture here in the top right-hand corner, and any mailboxes that have been delegated to me actually show up here as a delegated mailbox. So if I want to open up itGenius support, that would open up our support mailbox. If I want to open up the archive is going to show me the archive of all of the other users inside our company who are previous employees and have left our company. So we migrate all their mail into one big archive mailbox, and that lives there. And you can see here, the inbox is going to have a whole bunch of stuff. And you can see in the archive down on the left-hand side here, I've got all of the labels, and all of those labels have all of the mailboxes for all of those people. So that shows you what a delegated mailbox looks like and how you want to access it. However, this person actually gave us a little bit of an interesting question, right? There was something interesting here, and I want to make sure I just cover that. This person said that I want to convert a user email to a group. Well, technically what we're looking at here, this sales mailbox is actually a user. And they're saying that they want to delegate it or change it to a group. Okay, so if we change it to a group, how is that going to change the situation? All right, well, let's grab this and let's try changing the situation, and let's turn that sales mailbox into a group. Now, when we have a group, things operate a little bit differently to when we just have a user mailbox. So I'm going to create the sales group, and this is going to be the sales group. Now, when an email comes in to the sales mailbox where it's currently set up, the email lives inside that sales mailbox. So a new email comes in and it lives inside the sales mailbox. And when you do a shared mailbox, that is also going to cost you cost of a mailbox. But when we do a group up here, when an email comes into the group, it doesn't actually stay in that group. It comes down and a copy gets placed in John's mailbox, if he's a member of the group, obviously, and a copy gets placed in Bob's mailbox. And there's no cost for a group because it's not a mailbox in itself. It's not holding any mail. Now, I often say on the channel, the only time you have to pay is when you have a bucket of email. So that's a bucket of email. That's a bucket of email. And sales is also a bucket of email. But the sales group is not a bucket of email, because those emails you saw with the yellow lines will actually go and send a copy through to the individual people. So, okay, we're converting a user email to a group. If that is the case, so we're converting a user email to a group, well, how would you then keep the existing emails in each person's mailbox? Great question. How would we do that? Well, what we would do, so we could take, if we wanted to, go through this process, we convert sales up into a group. So we're going to get rid of that mailbox. But what about all these little blue emails that are in here? Well, we could migrate them into Bob's mailbox and into John's mailbox. So all the history, we'd have to do this manually and we'd have to run multiple migrations, but we could move all that history into John's mailbox and into Bob's mailbox if we wanted to. And then any future emails, the new emails are just going to keep arriving. New emails coming in are going to keep arriving. Now, that's the kind of thing that our support team manage all the time and our sales team manage all the time. So if you have a situation like this where you have something tricky, or you're looking to change something and you have a feeling, oh, maybe this is going to require a migration, or maybe this is going to require moving around some data in a kind of special way, and it's maybe going to get a little bit complex, then have a chat to our team, because we've seen it all. We've seen all these kinds of different scenarios, and we've chopped and changed a million different Workspace accounts. Sometimes there's a publicly listed company and they've been sold and they're in liquidation and they need to change brand and they need to retain some mailboxes here, and some data needs to be purged and other data needs to be migrated. And we've done that for thousands of accounts. And then sometimes there's a small business owner and they've got like 10 Gmail accounts for all their different businesses, or they've got 10 different domains and 10 different Workspace accounts, and their stuff is just everywhere, and they're looking to do a big consolidation. We had a mid-market customer and they had an e-commerce store with a bunch of different brands, and they were selling off and individualizing their different brands. And so they wanted to take one big account and actually split it into multiple smaller accounts. Now, all of this can be done without any downtime, without any hassle, and basically just letting our technical virtual assistance team do it all for you. So if you're interested in any of those services, jump at the link down below. You can jump straight onto Concierge. Paid plan will include migration services. But if you want to have a chat to our consultation team before you get started, then just book in for a consultation. If you qualify for that, it's a free call, and the link to that is right down below. If you like this content, please hit subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live or drop new content on the channel. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, hit us up on social media or join our free community group. All the links to that are right below this video. If you'd like to learn more about Google Workspace and the technology ecosystem, you can join our free Genius Academy by transferring your billing across to itGenius. Or you can join a Workspace Basics Bootcamp. Now, if you're a business owner and you're interested in an audit on your technology stack or your Workspace account, or you're looking to do a project in the tech world, well, you can take advantage of our free consultation. And if you need help right now, then consider joining Concierge or taking up a quick fix with our team for professional support for your tech stack.